Good afternoon, Fouad. You're making your third attempt in 3 to reach another group stage with the Europa League. For you personally as a player, how important is it to play these games? And what would it mean to reach another group stage?
But it's just what you play football for. That's what I decided to play football, to play them European football game. It's the most exciting games you get, in your career, I would say. I've been fortunate to play 2, like you said, in the group stage. So third one would be beautiful, yeah. So hopefully we can do it.
What needs to change compared to last week's game down in Slovenia?
Well, the game will be totally different. It was an away game. Now we're home. We expect ourselves to have the ball, to control the game. The conditions were not the same. So it's a away game and home games are different. We go with the same intentions to win, but at home we expect ourselves to control the game and to bring the tempo we usually bring at home.
Usually the crowd here makes a big difference in European games. At the moment there's around 11,000 tickets sold. How important is it to have a almost full house for these kinds of games?
They've always been great, like you said. Last year they had. It's not been just in European; it's been in the league as well. They always support us really well. We expect and we hope they can do the same tomorrow. This is always a big boost for us. And I know for playing against Malmo before, when I was in Östersund, I know how hard it is to come to a place like here when the fans are really hot and cheering for the team. So we hope they can bring a great atmosphere tomorrow to help us win.
Final question from me. Does it matter the way the results haven't gone your way in the last couple of games in the league? Does that have any bearing on tomorrow's game?
No, it just encourages us even more to win the game tomorrow. We take every game. We want to win every game. Unfortunately, we haven't win as much as we wanted to on the last few games, but there've been a lot of positive. Of course, there's some we can do better, but we're going to try to get the goals we've been missing on the last few games tomorrow.
You have only got one win in the last 4 games since Traustason got injured. How much do you miss him as a player?
Well, as he's a good player, so you always miss your good players. But we have a big group, a lot of qualities. So I'm sure who's been taking his place, who's going to be playing tomorrow, will try to do his best to fill that spot. But like every player in this group, we have a good group, so every player would be missing if he's missing.
Any further questions to Fouad Bachirou? Okay, then we say thank you very much to you, Fouad.
Thanks to you.
Questions for Uwe Rösler?
Okay, Uwe. I saw somewhere that you have scored the most goals of any team so far in the qualifiers. Do you feel that your performances have been a bit underrated in Europe so far?
I think when you see the result, Wolves against Crusaders is below Ballymena, and Wolves only won 2-0. So you're not winning with average or normal performances 11-0 in aggregate. So I think the performance we have shown against Ballymena was pretty good. I think we scored goals, we created a little bit. We missed that a little bit in the last league games. Not the point of creating, but you cannot create more than what we did. 45 shots, 22 in goal zone. So there is not much more you can do. But we didn't have the killer touch, and that is what we're looking for tomorrow to improve. I think we will get chances. I was very happy with Östersund. In general, a new backline again. How we were defensively when we was attacking. That is always the key. For 60 minutes we played 11v11, and I think we had, compared to last year where we been outplayed in the first half. We have been very, very good in Östersund, 11v11, and looking for that symbiosis between attacking and defending. And I think there was promising signs in Östersund.
Good afternoon, Uwe.
Hi.
Can you give a short just description of the fitness status within the squad? Players like Johan Dahlin, Lasse Nielsen?
Johan Dahlin is not in for training today. He has a infect. And I don't know, is he available tomorrow or not? So we will see tomorrow.
And the other players?
Everybody else is expected to train. How that will go, I can't tell you now. I hope everything will be good. And then we have apart from Arno, obviously Arno will not train. Everybody else will train. So and then we see.
How different do you think the game tomorrow will be to that one last week?
I honestly think, I said it last year, I was very surprised when we went to Cluj and we won 2-0 there, what I think was a fantastic performance and also fantastic result. And I felt people in Sweden didn't really realize how good Cluj is on international level. So go to Domzale, I think all journalists have not did their homework enough to realize that West Ham United lost, Freiburg in the Bundesliga lost, and that Domzale at their place at that time of the year can be very tricky. I'm very happy with the result. We were far more clinical than we was in the league games lately because we created nowhere near as much, and we scored 2 goals. That is sometimes football and difficult to explain. It was the same players, but I think tomorrow, like Fouad said, I have so much belief in our supporters, in our stadium, in our Hexenkessel. We will have a good crowd tomorrow. Everybody wants Europe again. Everybody got a taste from last year. And we want to achieve the same thing. At the moment is slightly advantage for us. 55 to 45, I would call it. Everything is on stake. Everything can happen both ways. And we need the crowd. And the crowd has been there for us in those moments fantastically and helped us to achieve what we achieved last year. And I think that is the aim this year as well.
Having the 2 away goals with you, how does that change the game plan?
I think it will definitely not leading into it that we try to defend. so I think we have a home game, but we know what is required in Europe. Europe is different than Allsvenskan. And last year I was really positive surprised, and I really embraced that we could take so much out of the European games into our league. And that helped us to make the run. And you see the whole physicality, the smartness, that keeping the ball is far more important in Europe than in Allsvenskan. Because in Allsvenskan, at times you can win it quick back. In Europe, not. So there is so many factors you need to pay attention. Tomorrow, the game plan is to win the game, to go out and win the game. But we're also knowing what we have to do. We have a very experienced squad.
You think that your opponents will change anything to their game, or will they try to have more of the ball?
I think at the beginning, reading what their coach said after the game, I think they were pretty happy with their game plan, and I think the game will be in a similar fashion. I guess. Guessing is always dangerous, but I guess it starts in a similar fashion. We obviously want to have the ball more. We obviously want to stay higher on the pitch. And that requires more pressing. And I think the temperatures is very suitable for that for tomorrow, for us. And the conditions. And we had an extra day to recover. I think the 2 games in the heat helped us actually to put another layer on fitness in our squad. And I look forward for tomorrow because I think the boys are ready to go.
Final one from me, just to be clear with Johan Dahlin, is it an infection?
Yes, yeah. It's not his back. It's an infect.
You haven't won in 3 games in the league, and now you're receiving some criticism for the poor results. But on the other hand, you're top of the league. Do you think the criticism is fair? I
think Jonas asked me a very good question last week. He said, "How you see your form after the break?" You know, and when you see that certain results are decent, but you also can say certain results should have been better. I think Sirius home and Östersund, the way how the game went, we should have won those games, and that was only lying on us, and we have to only blame ourselves for. I think we was disappointed in those 2 games to miss those sort of chances. I think my players taking self-criticism for that. But for me I have no doubt whatsoever on our offensive players, because they have a proven goal record. They did fantastic for me in the past, and they will do fantastic for me again in the future. What massively have improved after Sirius is we playing more as a team, more compact again. Domzale, we were far more compact again. Östersund, we were far more compact again. That was more ourselves like we played last year. And with that mindset and the quality we have, we will score out of the chances, I'm pretty sure. And I don't think the criticism affect us because we have experienced squad. Of course, everybody likes to read only nice things, but that is not football and life. Life is about up and downs and keep on going. And that is what I tell my players. Like the British always said, keep calm and carry on doing the good things.
Uwe, there was some speculations today about Roman Gall. Does that affect his availability for tomorrow?
What was the speculation for?
A loan potentially to Vålerenga.
Okay, I didn't know that.
But he will be 100% available.
I saw Daniel this morning, so I didn't mention anything. So I'm not really into the picture. He's here now. I just spoke to him, said hello, how are you? He's fine. Of course, he will be possible player to be on the pitch.
And you know that you have a very experienced squad. But last week, when you played Domzale, Oskar Lewicki, 27 years old, were the youngest player on the team. Can you go through the positive and negatives about having that sort of squad structure?
I think there is a lot of true things what you just said, but I don't think this is now the time to go through our balance of our squad. I think we have to concentrate now for the next game, and the next game is tomorrow. What is true, and that is no news, that we have one of the most experienced squads in Europe, not only in Allsvenskan, in Europe, and we will speak about those things, but not today and not tomorrow. I think in the moment is every 3 days a game, and I think it's very important to focus on the next possible game. Group is fit in general, about Arno, not Arno and Johan. This is the only 2 question marks. And I think for me it's very important that we focusing on the quality we have and how we use that to the best, to our disposal, picking the right players for the right games, keeping morale high even when players are not starting every game, and picking up results and wins.